Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, good afternoon. It's Marco Mendolia with On Your Marco Stage Presence. We just got done with a keynote session here at ProSource's annual convention. They're here with sales members from around the country and just an incredible group of individuals, some brand new tenured and some that have been with the company for a long time. Just come off the stage with Drewbie Wilson, who just delivered to us a masterclass on Call the Damn Leads, your IP. Drewbie, just talk to me a little bit about that journey of Call the Damn Leads. We just talked about it. I just heard it, but I think it's so important to share with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. So I grew up in sales my whole life. I've been selling anything and everything I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
As I developed into the insurance sales, I started really having some success. I love working with people. I love helping people. But it all came from having to make those calls. And at one point I was doing 200, 300 calls a day. And so to me, it was just ingrained in my mind that to make sales, you had to make calls. And as I developed and learned my own lead generation ability, I had an opportunity to help some other folks get some leads for their business. And I was great at what I did. And I learned very quickly that not everyone loved the calling of the damn leads aspect of sales.
Right.
And so I found myself constantly saying, hey, just call the damn leads. Just call the damn leads. And the people who did it had success. The people who kept pushing back against it and giving me all their excuses and reasons were the ones who ultimately continued to struggle. And so I just thought, it'd be funny to put that on a t-shirt and sell it to everybody in sales someday, and by golly, here we are.
And it works. One of the things that interests me a lot is that in today's transitioned world of constant video and voice calls and all these different ways to communicate, in your mind, has Call the Damn Leads morphed into something else, into video the leads or otherwise? I just know how I'm trying to deploy the things that I'm selling, but I want to hear from you on what you're seeing as the industry changes a bit.
No, that's a great point and a fantastic reference to the fact that I look at Call the Damn Leads almost like Nike's Just Do It.
Okay.
It's very much coincides with if you do the work, you will get the result. And so calling the leads, okay, if they don't answer their phone because like everybody has iOS 15.99 or whatever we're on, and it just ignores 90% of calls, even the ones that you want.
Really?
Okay, so if they don't answer, what other avenues do I have to start a conversation? And that to me is what calling the damn leads is all about. Okay, you call them, you text them, you send them an email. Maybe you go find them on social media and you send them a direct message on social media. Because almost every single human on the planet is on social media. And if you know how to go and do that social recon and find people, there's lots of different ways to start a conversation. The issue is most people are trying to avoid having the conversation, which is why calling the damn leads works.
Yeah, one of the phrases that I use all the time is to have the audacity to act.
Come on.
So many people just are, you kind of get frozen in this thing. As you know, I'm developing this MC business and trying to be a consultant in a way to steer these conferences into their stage moments. And I'll be honest, I was froze up a little bit when we started, and I just started every day to say to myself, like, have the audacity to just call them. I mean, what's the worst? It's a no. My other favorite, right, that I always tell myself, I'm like, the answer is always no unless you ask. But these are the simplest, the simplest psychology that I'm playing on myself, but I finally have the audacity to make the calls. So in that vein, I've got you sitting here. I've got a captive audience. I'm going to take it. If you're in my position and you're trying to sell this really niche product of this MC work, there's not a whole lot of folks that do what it is that I like to do, but also not a built-up, pent-up demand of something that you're going to call every single day. You're expecting to get a call about insurance. I'm expecting to get a call when I'm expecting to get a call if I'm looking for some certain products. But MCing is very unique and niche. What approach? I mean, you're in the speaking business. What am I doing, or what are some of 3 simple techniques, or even the simplest of technique that I can use to try and connect with conference and event planners from around the country to make that call? Because cold calling seems strange to me.
Sure.
But maybe I don't have the audacity to make the cold call. But also, hey, I've got this really niche thing, and often it's Max in marketing, or Sally from sales does that for us. She's really charismatic.
I love this question, and it's going to be a multi-layered approach.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, you could cold call, like by all means. The question is, are you going to end up getting to the person that you actually want to connect with? And how difficult is it going to be to get through that gatekeeper? So in the B2B world, there's always somebody whose job it is to keep you off the phone with people that are important. Yes. And so what I've learned, especially with social media, is if you can become the authority in your space, whether it's creating content, telling stories, blog posts, videos, YouTube, all of these things are what people are online searching for in their own time to find the answer to their problem. And so what I've always approached it as is, if I create the content and set myself as an authority, every time someone interacts with it, it gives me a reason to have the conversation. Hey, I saw you liked my video. Hey, I saw that you were checking this thing out. Maybe you're not at a point where you're getting the recognition because you're newer in the space. Or as you were saying, not many people know you even exist.
Right.
And you don't know what you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
And so what I would look at is, in your situation, let's say I'm you, who's your client avatar? Corporations, franchises, people that host events and do these sorts of things, first and foremost. So now we can eliminate a large waste of time calling people that are never going to do business with you to begin with. And then strategically going into social media and building a relationship by engaging with their content. By being interested in the things that they're doing. Hey, I saw, you guys just had this national conference. That's awesome. I love doing conferences. I've been in the space X number of years. I'm always curious what your biggest takeaway after this conference was. What's the thing that you learned? What's the thing that you guys experienced? And I'm going to just ask questions and have the audacity to ask, as you said, because if I can learn from them, A, they're going to tell me the things that they liked or didn't like, and then B, I may have an opportunity to come in and say, well, if you'd like another opinion on that, or you'd like some different insight, let's schedule a call. Let's see where we can plug in and help.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. What I find, though, is I find myself trying to straddle this line between like being engaging and then struggling to say, like, I know that I'm reaching out to them specifically. I mean, truly, I find joy and find a lot of my time is well spent by doing those engagements and reading through and otherwise. But how do you balance, like, clearly I want to eventually sell you something and be a part of this event that you're doing, but also I genuinely want to just react, right? Because there is a fine line where if every time I'm reaching out, it's to try and say, hey, that's great, but wouldn't it be cool if you had an MC too, right? Like I don't want to be cringeworthy in it, so.
This is where the other side of the content creation becomes very valuable, is when you're dropping by, you can say, hey, I was thinking about your event. I wrote this article recently. It may be something you find interesting. There may be some value for you to take 2 minutes and give it a read through. Or, hey, I was watching your thing, and it really spurred this idea in me to share this specific topic. And so I wanted to share it with you because you were the inspiration behind it, and it's going to make me better. And if by any chance it could help you guys, I would love to share that with you as a courtesy.
Yeah, just that added value with no expectation.
Because the expectation is ultimately, if I provide you enough value, if I do more than I'm paid for, eventually I'll be paid for more than I do.
Oh, I like that. Damn, I'm putting that in my pocket. That's staying with me. Listen, thank you. You just came off stage. We're both here in the middle of this show. They're doing resets downstairs. We've got more events throughout the weekend here. So I just wanted to say thanks, and I wanted to spend this time to grab a moment and just have this discussion. So I appreciate you having the thoughtfulness to spend it with me.
Marco, it was an honor, and I appreciate you giving me such great feedback and an open opportunity to go out there and crush it for these folks. Because I couldn't do what I do without someone like you. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm going to keep on leaning in on MCing and trying to bring it to life and deploy a little joy behind me everywhere I go, and ultimately try and do some wonderful storytelling. So well, you keep it up, and I have no doubt that you're going to be amazingly successful at it, man.
Let's do it. You heard that here. You heard it. That's it. No. Drewbie, thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Cheers.
Cheers.